Yeah, sorry, I had to miss Magha on Wednesday.
It was a very nice one with a lot of shlokas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'll go back and hear it.
sure.
Banabhatta, I think. संस्कृतप्राचीनकवयः स्वीयं देशकालादिकं पित्रादीनां बन्धूनाञ्च वृत्तान्तं रचनासु च प्रकटितवन्तः
न प्रकटितवन्तः.
न प्रकटितवन्तः.
Mm.
The ancient poets in the culture of India of Sanskritam did not display the vrittantam, na prakatitam, did not display the story of their relatives and their ancestors, as well as their own times, deshakaladikam,
Mm.
when they were born, etc.
So
In
Desha is the
India,
place, Kalam, time,
the place,
Charitram, you can include their
their
life history.
autobiographical details, like when they were born, where they were born, etc. Right?
Mm.
They did
Have
not
not
display
displayed that in
in their works, their work,
Rachanasu.
right?
Mm.
So they did not
Yeah,
display it
I
in their
have this
rachanas.
question. Unless it's an autobiography, even nowadays people don't do that, right?
Mm. See, autobiography, okay. You mean in novels?
Yeah, in general works of like any articles or anything they write, yeah, poems, anything, that doesn't mean that even poets of nowadays reveal anything about
So there
where
will
they are.
always be one section either in the back like this, or there will be one small about the author, that sort of a thing is always
Yeah,
present in the books nowadays.
right, right. It may not have been a feature of books 200 years ago,
Mm.
but there were always biographers around who made sure to to document in great detail where this
Yeah, when
person.
they brought out a publication, they generally give a detailed about it in the book review or something
Right,
like that.
in the book reviews,
That was existing for many years.
yeah, and
Hmm.
the autobiographical details of the authors were recorded with great detail, with with too much detail sometimes by many people, not only one person. Everybody was
Yeah.
eager to record the history of others. So
And
whereas
I
many
think so,
people believe
in a way, in Sanskritam literature, if you find Bana was one of the person who gave his own story completely. That's why he
that.
starts off with that.
Ah,
The first 2 or 3 chapters of Harsha has
yeah.
his autobiography there.
Mm. He gives his own charitam in
Yeah,
Harshit Charitam. Ah,
he so Harsha because he was the court poet also of
right.
Harshavardhana. He starts off by his Charitam in the first Uchvasa and then goes to Harshas.
Yeah,
Huh.
makes sense because he's embarking on a task of charitam. He might as well do his own first to be clear.
And why he had to write
He
his
is doing it.
kings, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Janani,
I
you had
mean,
a question. Mm.
right. It's somewhat similar to Rajatarangini, right? Which is also a charitam,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So those works are kind of rare in Sanskrit literature, though.
True. If you look at Ape Dikshita, I think, not Ape Dikshita, Neelakanta Dikshita, in his Shivalila Arnavam or Gangavataranam, sorry, not
Mhm.
Shivalila Arnavam. In Gangavataranam, he spends about 5 to 10 slokas writing about his Charitam,
Ah,
which is there. So
mm,
some people, at least they will mention their father, mother,
yeah, and Guru.
grandfather, grandmother, some guru,
Yeah,
some name
yeah,
would be definitely
yeah,
mentioned there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It
You
is
had a
thankful
question?
for
Yeah,
that.
Someone
Thankful.
had
yeah.
a
I just
question.
wanted to mention that. Like they were very self-effacing, and when necessary, they would
That is true.
just mention their story.
Yeah.
And also, we would also want to record that, like we want to totally deny the statement that Indians had no sense of history, blah blah blah, all that
அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் இல்ல.
anti-Indian thing. We recorded history where
Mm.
needed,
If
And
not
you
in
look
today's
at
context. Yeah,
epigraphical
exactly.
inscriptions, it is just filled with history there. That is more than enough.
Exactly.
ஒரு வீராணத்து ஏரின்னு ஒண்ணு இருக்கு இல்லையா நம்ம தமிழ்ல, இந்த
Yeah,
பொன்னியின்
yeah.
செல்வர்ல கூட
Think about
ஆரம்பிக்கும்.
ஆமா ஆமா
அந்த வீராணத்து ஏரி, there was a crack in that lake and it was filled. So there is an epigraphical inscription about how long and wide the lake was, how big the crack was, how much of material was used to fill it up, and what sort of what were the measures that they took to do that repair work. Adalla, it has been recorded in a big Sanskritam inscription. So
Nice.
documentation has been there.
It was there. Just that we have not gathered them up with as much detail as these people do.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
poets, probably poets did not feel the need to write.
Right.
Exactly.
Some of
Yeah.
them, and you can't base the entire gamut of literature based on some 4 poets like Kalidas. Everybody thinks just because Kalidasa has not documented his life, no poet has done. There are.
I mean, even people like Tennyson or Keats, they don't write about themselves in their poems. So there might be an biographical work by someone, very rarely, or a biographical work on someone else by someone. But that's somebody else. So they're
Anyway,
quite normal. Astu.
Kintu
ayam बाणः हर्षचरित प्रथमोच्छ्वासे किंचिदेव स्वचरितं वर्णयामास. But in contrary, in distinction with the other kavis, this Banabhatta, he described his own charitam, his own history, even if it's just a little bit about his own history, in the first chapter of the Harshacharita.
Uchvasa is the name of the chapters that Bana has given for Harshacharita.
It's a very nice way of naming chapters. We have Ullasas sometimes. We have like so many inventive names. Uchvasa meaning a breath, 10 breaths. Okay, Earth is, work will be over in like 10 breaths.
It's a nice way of doing it.
It's a poetic way of doing it. His poem is even in the titles. It's amazing. Okay, so Varnayamasa. भाषान्तरापेक्षया संस्कृते गद्यग्रन्थाः अतीव विरलाः एव वर्तन्ते. So in Sanskritam, in distinction with other languages, the works of prose, gadya are very rare, are quite rare. Ativa viralaha eva.
Viralaha is less, no? Not rare, but the number is less. Virala.
Okay. Literally, the number is less. And translation, you can say it's rare, right? Okay. Samskrite gadya grantha kavaitarah suprasiddharah. Suprasiddhaha, what am I talking about? Kavaitarah, kavaitru pratipadikam. So kavaitru, so that will be like a female poet.
No, Kavaitri is female poet, which is Nadi. Whereas this is Pita Pitaro Pitaraha. Kavait.
He bought in a niche.
Data Datarau Dataraha. Datri Shabdavat.
That is true. My thing was, why did he have to put the niche in the or Kavayitra? He made a kavi and Kavaya to create, I guess. Kavayitra, the one who creates, the one who the creator.
It's a very common dhatu which we use. We can't find it in many dhatu prakaranas.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah. Adyagrantha Kavaitarha, the creators of prose works, Suprasiddhaha, are quite famous. So because it's rare, I guess the ones who did.
No, the famous Gadya Grantha Kartaraha are these people.
Are these people? Suprasiddhaha, Subandhuhu, Dandi, Banabhattaha, iti ete trayaha eva jnayante. So these are the 3 famous creators of prose works
who are known.
Which are they are known to be They're known to be 3. The famous creators of prose works are known to be 3. Are known to be 3, and they are Subandhu, Dandi, and Banabhatta. So fine. What is the Subandhu, right?
Vasavadattam.
Oh, is that different from Swapna Vasavadattam?
Yeah, Swapna Vasavadattam is a natakam written by Bhasa. Subandhu has written a prose work called Vasavadattam.
And he precedes Dandi and Bana?
Yeah, yes. He
Is
is
it
the first prose writer.
is it extant? I mean, can we get
Yes, it is. Yeah. I have read one portion. Someone had it for a syllabus, and I taught that for them. So one small portion was there.
Okay, I mean, Kalidasa's time or prior?
I think it's about 7th century or maybe even earlier. Subandhu, something like, I'm not sure what age, but the style is very, very terse style, filled with slasha and not an enjoyable thing to, without Vyakhyanam and stuff.
I see. Okay, Subandhu. And then Dandi, of course, wrote
Dashakumara Charitam.
Dashakumara Charitam, apart from his Kavya Darsha, right? Kavya
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Those are his two famous works. Am I not correct?
Yes, Dandi is Kavya Darsha and Kavya Darsham. He has also written one Tamil, Dandi Alankaram, which is in, he's a Kanchipuram.
So beautiful. That is very, very wonderful.
Another what is it?
Dandi Alankaram, Tamil.
Okay.
Figures of speech.
7th century கிட்டத்தட்ட இல்லையா?
Ama.
Okay. Banabhatta, of course, our Bana here, who I think precedes Dandi, if I'm not wrong.
No.
Post Dandi?
I think he is post Dandi.
Okay,
yes.
sorry. बाणभट्टः इत्येते त्रयः इव ज्ञायन्ते. पद्यरचनायां कालिदासस्य यादृशी कीर्तिः वर्तते, तादृशी एव कीर्तिः गद्यरचनायाम् अस्य कवेः वर्तते. So the fame that the kind of fame that Kalidasa has with respect to Padya Rachana, creation of poetical verse, works in verse, etc., that's the same kind of fame this poet has in with respect to prose creation of prose works.
Okay.
गद्य प्रबंध रचनायाम अयम मार्गदर्शकः प्रवीणश्च अयम हर्षवर्धनस्य सदस्यः. So this Kavi is a pioneer, Margadarshakah, and is an expert in the creation of prose works. And he is one of the members of the court of Harshavardhana. He was one of the members of the court of Harshavardhana. Harshavardhanasya kalah 610 AD तः 650 पर्यन्तम् इति ज्ञायते. So the time of Harshavardhana is known to be from around 610 to 650 AD. अतः अयं 7th century AD कालिकः इति निश्चेतुं शक्यते. So we can probably fix his Banabhatta's date to be somewhere in the 7th century AD, in that time period. अस्य मूलपुरुषः वत्सः. मूलपुरुषः वत्सः. पिता चित्रभानुः. என்னது?
Moola must be the ancestor. So one of the ancestor is Vatsa.
Gotram, is it like
அந்த மாதிரி ஸ்ரீவத்ச கோத்திரம்ல.
ஸ்ரீவத்ச கோத்திரம்.
Okay. கோத்திரம் இப்படி சொல்லணுமா என்ன?
ஐயோ என்ன
first time இப்படி பார்க்கிறேன்.
Yeah, I have never heard this Moola Purusha expression.
Okay, fine. Okay, signifying the gotram I would think. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Asya Moola Purushah Vatsah. Pita Chitrabhanu, and his father's name is Chitrabhanu. Mata tu Rajadevi, his mother's name is Rajadevi. Arthapatihi tu Pitamaha. Arthapatihi nama kim?
That is his name. Pitamaha's name is Arthapati.
Oh, okay, fine. I'm trying to interpret what's going on here.
No meaning.
His name of his grandfather is Arthapatihi. I guess master of wealth. He probably had a lot of. Asya putraha tu Bhushana Bhattaha. Okay, fine. From Bana to Bhushana. The word Bana means speech, right?
Not necessarily. Banam arrow, na?
Arrow. Okay. That means Bana, that's different. Okay. Bana would be arrow. Is an arrow. Okay, fine. Arrow of Shiva, something like that. Asya putraha tu Bhushana Bhattaha. And his son's name is Bhushana Bhatta.
He completed the rest of Kadambari. Kadambari Purobhaga Paryantameva Banabhattena Likhitam. Tadanantaram Bhushana Bhattena eva it was completed.
Another, there's a famous shloka, right? Shushkaha vrikshaha, another.
Shuksho vrikshas tishtatyagre tatropari kaschit sarpaha. அப்படின்னு ஒண்ணு.
அப்படின்னு.
நீரச தருரபி ஏதோ வரும், மணிமய முகுட்ட புஜங்கா அப்படின்னு வரும்.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone who was more, so there is this story that he called for. I don't know if they have this story here or not.
Just Tishtatyagre.
No, that story is not here.
Mm.
Okay, so he calls his children and or two sons and tries to entrust the work of completing this poem to someone, one of them, but he wants to test them. So he shows a tree which is completely dry and asks them to describe it. So one says, Shushko vrikshas tishtatyagre. Yeah, wait, let me just pull up that shloka if I can find that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
So the Bhushanabhatta is the elder son or the younger son?
தெரியல, ஜாதகம் என் கையில இல்ல. So the first one actually says, Shushko vrikshaha tishtati agre. A dry tree is standing in front of me. Tadupari, on top of that, kashchita sarpaha api asti. He is just writing prose here. So the other one comes and says, Neerasa taruriha vilasati nikate. The same, no idea is the same. A tree which doesn't have any essence is shining in front, nearby. On top of it, it has a makutam, it has a crown which is made up of madimaya kutila bhujanga. It is decorated with a snake which is also kutilam, and it has jewels on it. So like a sarpa nagamani solrom, yeah. So he finds that this person has more of that sahitya in him,
Yeah.
the passion in him to write beautiful verses. So he decides to entrust it to Bhushanabhatta.
The second verse wins. And you can see there's more kavyam in the second verse. Somehow it's more charming than the first one. The second one is more charming.
It is. Okay. So, asya putrastu Bhushanabhatta.
So, Manimaya Mukuta. Okay, fine. Bhattabanasya pita Chitrabhanuhu api Mahavidwan Yagmikah cha asit iti jnayate. It is known that the father of Banabhatta, whose name is Chitrabhanu, was also a great scholar, Mahavidwan, and a Yagmikah who performed many yajnas. So this fact is known. Balye eva asya mata divangata. So in his very young age, his mother passed away, Banabhatta's mother. Pita eva balasya asya palaposhana vishaye shraddhaluhu asit. And his father was the one who was devoted to his upbringing, nourishing him and bringing him up from his childhood. Upanayana samskarat anantaram asya chaturdash varshe pita api swargatah. So after his Upanayana samskara, in his 14th year, his father also passed away. Pitrubhyam virahitah ayam balah vichalita hridayah asit. So this boy who had lost both his parents was quite perturbed at that in that age.
Pitrubhyam virahitah, without his
parents, who had lost both his parents. So he was his heart was very troubled at the time. Ataha mitraihi saha sammilitah deshantareshu भ्रमणं कर्तुम् आरेभे. So he began to tour other countries along with his friends.
Okay.
नानाविध राज संदर्शनेन राज्यांग
विषयक
परिज्ञानं लब्धवान्. So he obtained Rajyanga Vishayaka Parigyanam, the knowledge which is knowledge of various royal matters.
With respect to Vishayaka, which has in the matters of different,
So he obtained knowledge pertaining to various matters regarding ruling. By seeing different kingdoms. different kingdoms. And then Gurukuladinam Sandarshanena Pandita Sangatihi Api Asya Sanjata. And also, he happened to he happened to become acquainted with many Panditas by seeing many Gurukulas in these various countries that he was touring.
Mm.
He came in contact with many Panditas during this process of touring many Gurukulas in those various countries. Punaha Janmabhumim Praptavan, and then he came back to his country of birth.
Okay, Janmabhoomi. So, which means he has gone to other countries because his birthplace has not been mentioned here at all.
It has not been mentioned.
Okay, never mind.
So he comes back. So from his 14th or 15th year, he started traveling. It's quite rare in that age to travel. He lost both his parents, so maturity must have been forced on him at quite an young age.
Yeah.
And
It's
he
like
traveled
these kids
also.
who want to backpack before getting into something, no? Backpacking across Europe and all. That was there even then.
That was that. That was that. And also, the thing is that he lost both his parents, so he's forced
Yeah.
to grow up, right? Coming in
Correct.
contact with sorrow at such a young age, you don't have that. You can't be a child anymore at such an young age. So you're forced to grow up and become an observer of nature, right? So I think that makes him an exceptional man. It gives
Yeah.
the scene. Shri Harsha Sodaraha Banasya Vikyatim Shrutva Enam Ahwapayamasa. The brother of Sri Harsha, having heard the fame of Bana, invited him to the country or to the court probably. Banahatu Kanyakubjangatva Asthane Mahakavi Padavim Alanchakara. So now is this a different kingdom, Kanyakubjam, or is it Sri Harsha's kingdom?
Sri Harsha's kingdom.
Kanauj, right?
Kanauj.
Kanauj only. Okay, so
Uttar Pradesh.
therefore, since he got an invite from the brother of Sri Harsha, he came to Kanauj. He having gone to Kanyakubjam.
Rajyavardhanava.
Uh,
His name was, yeah.
Oh. So, having gone to the capital of the kingdom, Kanyakubjam, he decorated the Padavi Abdina. He graced the what do you call it?
Seat of great poet.
The seat of the Mahakavi. They graced the seat of the Mahakavi in the court. So in other words, he took on the job of the court poet. हर्षचरितम् एव अस्य प्रथमः ग्रन्थः द्वितीयः ग्रन्थः कादम्बरी. So his first work is Harshacharitam and his second is Kadambari.
Both are prose works, but they do have poetry in them. Yeah. But very few.
Without having some fame, they would not have invited him to be the Asthana Kavi, Mahakavi in his court. That means even before, after coming and becoming a Mahakavi in this court, then he did the first work to be the Harshacharitam. That means even before, some kind of famous work should have been done by him. Only then he would have become famous. Only then they would have invited him.
கொஞ்சம் வெயிட் பண்ணேன்னா வரும். சண்டி சதகம்னு ஒன்னு இருக்கு. He has written that.
Then that is the first work, not
could
the
be
Harsha.
the first Gadya Grantham is Harshacharitam. The second Gadya Grantham is Kadambari. But what he wrote before, not only necessary that he should be famous because of a work that he has written. It could also be because of his Pandityam, which is because of which he is well known.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we see like famous people like nowadays who don't have to write. If you have enough knowledge, you can be a literary critic. You can teach other people.
Yeah. People came to know about him through various other sources. That's what it is.
Okay.
Gunadhya Krita.
Janani, you have a question?
Yeah. No, not question. The excerpt we have from the Gadya Sangraha, it is from Harshacharitam. Like. And
Pitruputrayoho Prema.
Yes. Prema. Yeah, I
Deva.
highly recommend
That,
everybody to read that. It's
oh,
so
that's
moving and
beautiful.
that beautiful it is. Yeah, beautiful. Really beautiful.
வந்து இந்த லெவல்ல வருதா? நான் இன்னும் படிக்கல அதை.
ஆமா ஆமா
ஆமா.
இதுல வந்து இப்போ we
Second
are
one.
reading Kavijeevitani, right? The other book is Gadya Sangraha,
Okay.
where you have selections from 10 இது Gadya works, prose works.
Okay.
அதுல Harshacharitamல இருந்து we have one section. We
Got
also have one section from Kadambari, which is Shukanasopadesha.
Sure. Yeah.
அதுல that prince will meet his ailing father. Maybe இவர் not in the princely stature பார்த்திருக்க மாட்டார், but அவரோட லெவல்ல அவ அப்பா பார்த்துட்டு maybe he transposed that idea to the when he was writing that kavyam, or he met
Yeah,
somebody
he would have
like
also
that.
heard the account from other people around there, no? He had free access to the court, and he was also a friend probably to Harsha, so he would have been present there to understand what was going on. Adu irukku.
That's really really moving, and the patient and the room வந்து the way
Varnipala, yeah.
so moving. ஆமா.
இவர் எழுதினாரா? He wrote it?
Yeah, the Harshacharitam. It is a passage from Harshacharitam, fifth
Oh,
Uchas.
I see. Okay, got it. Okay.
Gunadhya.
गुणाढ्य कृत बृहत् कथातः इतिवृत्तं गृहीत्वा कादम्बरीं व्यरचयत्. So there's a famous work called Brihat Katha, which was written in a Paishachi or something, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yeah.
Paishachi by Gunadhya, who was defeated by the creator of that other Vyakaranam. Then Rendav Vyakaranam irukke. What is the not
Madhavi.
Paniniya Vyakaranam? Innor Vyakaranam irukku illaya? Based on Skanda something. What is the other Vyakaranam famous one?
Katantrama.
Katantra Vyakarana's creator defeats Gunadhya in the battle, and the bet is that Gunadhya has to go to the forest. And he has to give up the either. And so he gives up Sanskritam, but in the forest he writes this great work called Bharat Katha in Paishachi, which is so amazing that some calamity or something happens in the jungle, and a very interesting story irukku. But anyhow, he from Bharat Katha only you have Katha Sarit Sagara, right?
Yes, because it's not available right now. Brihat Katha is not available, and
fine.
adaptations are all in the form of like Katha Sarit Sagar.
In Sanskrit.
In Sanskritam. We also have, I think, one Sangraham of the Brihat Katha, which is available.
But
Tamil also has it, right?
I don't know.
Tamil.
Okay. Possible.
But I find it so interesting that it was written in Paishachi, you know?
Yeah.
And then we have retranslated it back to Sanskritam, and we got all these condensed works, and Banabhatta is getting his inspiration from the Brihat Katha.
Because this was, Gunadhya was more in the first, second, and romba earlier stage.
Yeah. And even the name Gunadhya is so interesting because Adhya means rich, right? Rich in gunas. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe a title in Danekra, but anyway. So he gets
Kathataha iti vrittam grihitva. He takes the story.
He takes a story or an incident from the Brihat Katha. Having taken that, he created the Kadambari. Vyarachayat. Vyarachayat lang. Right?
Yes.
Chandi Shatakam api anena rachitam iti prasiddhi. So it's he has this fame also that he wrote this work called Chandi Shatakam. It seems to be a work of 100 verses on Chandi, maybe.
Yeah.
Asya Kadambari Granthaha Samskrita Vangmaye Sarvotkrishtaha Vartate. So his work called Kadambari has got a very exalted place in Sanskrit literature. Samskritabhignyah sarvepi etat gadya grantham kanthasti kurvanti. So the students of Sanskritam, all the students of Sanskritam, or all the lovers of Sanskritam, or all the knowers of Sanskritam, learn by heart his work, at least some fragments of his Kadambari. Not sure if anybody learns the whole thing by heart, but maybe there are people.
Some portions definitely.
Some portions, right? What are the two portions? One is that Nasika, and what is it? Shukanasa
Upadesham.
Second one is that Vrittantam, right? The two which I think are famous. Okay, I'm sure we probably have a fragment of it from in the Gadya Sangraha, probably.
Shukanasa Upadesham, not Mahashweta.
Okay. Okay.
Rachana Vaividhyamapi.
Rachana Vaividhyam api drishyate. So Rachana Vaividhyam means there's a variety in his
Construct.
works. In his, are we talking about different works by him, or are we talking about various?
No, Rachana Vaividhyam can be that there is a different construct also. He shows a variety in his writing method with it. எல்லாமே ஒரே மாதிரி இல்ல. When he goes into conversations, you will find that he uses very small sentences like how we speak, whereas when he comes to descriptions, it is huge samastapadam vigraha vakyam and all that. It takes a long time to split and do the vigraha vakyam for that. Yeah.
नाम कादम्बर्यां रचनावैविध्यं दृश्यते वा नाम तस्य सर्वेषु ग्रन्थेषु
ग्रन्थेषु एव.
Okay, in his works we find a variety of styles being used. It is seen that there are many kinds of styles in his works. Tatra dirgha samasaha nibaddhaha. So in certain places long samasas have been created by him. Shleshopamadi alankara bhuishtam idam kavyam. So idam kavyam nama kadambari tiva.
Kadambari.
So so that we are talking about Kadambari only. So this work Kadambari is profusely decorated with alankaras like Shlesha, Upama, etc. Nana vidhavarnanaihi sahridaya hridayani akarshati. So the poet attracts the hearts of his of the lovers of poetry by various kinds of descriptions. So the Sahridaya is the one whose heart is in sympathetic vibration with the heart of the poet.
Connoisseur, Rasika.
Connoisseur of poet. He's got a Hridayam which is like the Hridayam of the poet.
Samana Hridayam.
Samana Hridayam asya asti iti. Vishishya Shukanasopadeshah sarvaihi avashyam patyate. So is in particular the part called Shukanasopadeshah, which comes in the Kadambari, is definitely read by everyone, every student of Sanskritam, every lover of Sanskritam. बाणस्य गद्यरचनाभिः संस्कृतवाङ्मयस्य परिपूर्णत्वं सञ्जातम्. So by the works of Bana, Sanskrit literature itself achieved completeness, a certain kind of fullness and completeness. Padyakavinam adyah Valmikihi bhavati. So Valmiki is known as the foremost among the writers of verse in Sanskritam. Satu padyakavitayaha margadarshakah adarshapprayah cha bhavati. And Valmiki is an ideal with regard, and he's a pioneer, one who shows the way with regard to Padyakavyam, the verse works. Tadvat gadyakavittvasya naveenanam margadarshikatvam asyapi siddhyati. Similar to Valmiki in verse, just like that, with regard to gadya kavitvam, prose works, naveenanam margadarshikatvam asya api siddhyati. Bana has is kind of like a new pioneer.
No, he also carries the quality of being a path shower for newer poets, Naveenanam, with respect to Gadya Kavitvam, the poetic excellence with respect to prose.
Naveenanam margadarshikatvam.
Naveenanam Kavinam. For the modern poets, Gadya Kavitvasya Margadarshikatvam. He possesses that quality of showing the path of expertise in Gadyam. Gadya கவியாக இருக்கும் தன்மையில் புதிய கவிகளுக்கு மார்க்கத்தை காண்பிக்கும் தன்மையானது அஸ்ய இந்த கவிக்கு இருக்கிறது. சித்தியதி.
यतोहि नवीनकवयः एव गद्यं रचयन्ति वा?
तथा नास्ति. पुरा anybody after Bana has always imbibed the qualities of Bana. They did not look at others. They did not look at Dashakumara Charitam or Dandi or other
Subandhu.
prose writers for their inspiration. They take Kadambari or Harsha Charitambanas as an inspiration.
Inspiration. Astu. Kadambaryam Trayanam Janmanam अद्भुतकथायाः उपकथायाश्च मिश्रणेन किञ्चिदिव जटिलत्वं पाठकैः अनुभूयते एव. So Trayanam Janmanam Adbhutakataya. So there are three births which happen in Kadambari. I guess for the principal character undergoes three different births.
There are two principal characters, which is Vaishampayana and Chandrapeda. These two people totally they have three janma. So the first one, it starts off with Shudraka Kavi, Shudraka the king, and a parrot. These two only were before that they were born as Chandrapeda and Vaishampayana. Before that they were born as Kapinjala and Pundarikan.
So Trayanam
It's
Janmanam
not three generations, it's three different janma
birth.
itself.
Janma, not generation.
Okay.
So there is a story within story type here.
So Trayanam Janmanam Adbhuta Kathayaha Upakathayaha cha Mishranena. So by the mixture or by the intermingling of a wondrous story encompassing three births and many ancillarated smaller stories, many ancillary smaller stories, by the intermingling of these kinds of stories, kinchitiva jatilatvam, a little bit of difficulty, patakaihi anubhuyate eva, is definitely experienced by the readers in the Kadambari. So Kadambaryam Dravida Dharmikasya Varnanam Hasyarasasya Udaharanam Bhavitum Arhati. So in the Kadambari, the description of the Dravida Dharmika.
Southern the பூஜாரிங்கிறோம் இல்லையா இந்த மாரியம்மன் கோவில் எல்லாம் பூஜாரி இருக்கா தெரியுமா அந்த மாதிரி there is a dharmika who is described who is in a Chandi temple in the south. So Chandrapeda encounters him and there is a big description of that southern priest. Very beautiful description. Adu vandu he's an old person or madri, it's like ridiculing that person also. So hasya rasasya udaharanam bhavati. It's an example of humor.
Okay, so which means that definitely he has traveled to the south in his travels.
Or is it like one of the Janma is in south and one Janma?
No, nothing of that sort.
Oh.
So Kathagamanantu Uttarottara Katha Parignyana Kutuhalam Adhikataram Janayati. Patitrunam. So Patitrunam, for the readers, Kathagamanam.
The poke சொல்றோம் இல்லையா the running of the story,
the storyline or the storyline. Yeah, the storyline is Adhikaram Janayati. It brings a lot of kutuhalam, of interest,
curiosity.
Katha Parignyana Kutuhalam. It brings a lot of curiosity to know the next part of the story, part of the story. So it's kind of written in such a way as to generate suspense and enthusiasm to turn the pages and go on to the next.
So Uttarottara is next and next, yeah. So adnala mela aduthathu enna what next iti kutuhalam jayate.
Kutuhalam and the suspense and mari. Like what is that in Ponniyin Selvan? Didir Pravesham happens. Like,
thrilling.
I always so interesting, Robba. Yeah. Daiva Vashat Ayam Kavihi Kadambari Rachanam Asampurnam Eva Tyaktva Divam Yayau. So due to fate, Daiva Vashat Ayam Kavihi, this poet, having left the work Kadambari unfinished, he passed away. So ayam grantah dvedha purva bhagah uttara bhagascha iti vibhajyati. So this work is divided into two parts, the first and the second, the former and the first and second, latter, okay, right? the prior and the post. Purvabhagah tu Bhattabana Virachitah. So the first part is composed by Banabhatta. Uttaraha Bhagah tu Tatputrena, and the second by his son, Bhushana Bhatta, because he was mentioned previously here. Ayam Tena Eva. Tena Namakaha Idanim Paya.
Bhushana Bhattena
Oh, Bhuna.
Uktam. This shloka was written by him.
Ayam Tene Uktam, Bhushana Bhattene Uktam. Kim Yate Divam Pitari Tad Vachasa Eva Sardham Vichedam Apa Bhuvi Yastu Katha Prabandha. Okay. Dukkam Satam Tad Asamapti Kritam Vilokya Prarabdha Esha cha Maya na Kavitva Darpat. So Yate Divam Pitari Sati. So once my father had passed away, Tad Vachasa Eva Sardham Vichedam Katha Prabandha.
Yaha Katha Prabandha Bhuvi Tad Vachasa Eva Sartham Vichedam Apa Tat.
Vichedam Apa அப்படின்னா விச்சேதம் ஆப்பா இஸ் லிட் லகாரா
அதுக்கு ஒரு தடங்கல் ஏற்பட்டது. It got obstructed. அப்படி.
So யாருக்கு
The Katha Prabandha.
So Yate Divam Pitari Sati. When my father had passed away, Katha Prabandha, Yah Katha Prabandha, Bhuvi Sardham Vichedam Apa. So that work which
Go on.
I think it the Sardham Tad Vachasa.
வரட்டும்.
Sardham Vachasa.
Along with the words of Banabhatta, the story which also got interrupted. Vichedam Apa Bhuvi.
Sardham is going Sakam Sardham and the Madhya.
Yes. So Tad Vachasa Eva Sardham Garche. Tasya Pituhu Vachasa Eva Sakam Saha.
Yeah. So it is not Sardham. I was wrongly, putting it as half. No, it's not. It's just Tritiya is like Sakam Saha iti. Okay, so along with the words of my father, Tad Vachasa Sardham, Tad Vachasa Sakam, along with the words of my father, Katha Prabandha api, the Katha Prabandha also was stopped in this earth.
Api iti nasti atra. The work that got interrupted, now that work is seeing that it is very incomplete. So tad asamapti kritam satam dukkam vilokya. Having seen that the good people or the connoisseurs or rasikas who look at this incomplete work seem to feel sad about it. Dukkham vilokya. Having seen their grief, I have started this. Maya prarabdhaha eshaha katha prabandhaha.
Evam.
Natu kavitva darpat. Not out of an arrogance of my poetry, the expertise.
Slow poetry.
Pride in this.
உடனே எடுத்துக்க சொல்லிட்டீங்க எல்லாமே.
ஆமா பின்ன ரொம்ப நீங்க எங்கயோ you were meandering and you were not coming to the point, so I was like
I was just looking at that first part. Okay.
But the father had entrusted that work to complete, so he was still hesitant to do. Only after other people felt sorrow, then
see, it's a display of humility. You don't say, yes, I am a Kavi and my father has chosen me and that is why I am writing it. Nobody declares it like that. You have to show some amount of or humility in your expression.
No, what I mean is he did not do after his father passed away.
Adu inge mention pannalangre. See, that is what we have not the story that I told you about Shushko Vrikshas Tishtatyagre, that is not mentioned here. So we don't know. That is only a hearsay. We have such stories floating around in the universe right now. So we don't know whether that is what happened or not. But this shloka is an internal evidence that Bhushana Bhatta has written this after his father passed away.
Yeah.
So this is an internal evidence which has got value here.
Right.
More than the other one. Adikaga.
Okay.
Having seen the sorrow of the lovers of literature, Satam, Tad Asamapti Kritam, and seeing it unfinished, I have started this work not out of pride. Just seeing the sorrow of the others, I have started this work. Not out of pride in my poetry. Uktam. Kadam, this
So
is
this uktam goes with tenaiva uktam.
oh, tenaiva uktam. Oh, tenaiva iti uktam. This verse iti uktam. कादम्बर्यां रसनायकादि विषयम् अधिकृत्य रसनायक आदि कादम्बर्यां रसनायकादि विषयम् अधिकृत्य स्थूलरूपेण महामहोपाध्यायः हरिदाससिद्धान्तवागीशेन चन्द्रापीड चन्द्रापीडोनुकूल सकलगुणधरः गुणधरो नायकोऽस्मिन् उदात्तो नेत्रीकन्यान्यदीया.
Okay, I think this is a shloka. This looks like a shloka.
Ah,
Chandrapidonukula sakala gunadharo nayakosmin udattaha.
that,
அப்படி வரணும். Okay.
என்ன
நேத்ரி கன்யான்யதீயா
மிருதுல
மிருது லலித தனுர் முக்த
मुग्ध कादम्बरी समस्तपदम् इति
मुग्ध कादम्बरी च
पाञ्चाली नाम रीतिर्विलसति बहुला विप्रलम्भो रसोङ्गी कमा माधुर्याख्यो गुणो वा कविमुकुटमनेः काव्ययोः अन्यमेतत् काव्ययोरन्यमेतत्. Okay, nice. So it's quite a big meter, though பெரிய மீட்டர்
இது ஷார்துல கிரீடிதம்ல
அப்படியா? Okay, fine. Okay, I'll just read it once more. चन्द्रापीडोऽनुकूल सकलगुणधरो नायकोऽस्मिन् उदात्तो नेत्रीकन्यान्यदीया मृदुललिततनुर्मुग्धकादम्बरी च पाञ्चाली नाम रीतिर्विलसति बहुला विप्रलम्बो रसोङ्गी माधुर्याख्यो गुणो वा कविमुकुटमुनेः
काव्ययोः अन्यमेतत्. Okay, kavi makutamanehe kaव्ययोः अन्यम् एतत्. So among the two poetry, the works that this great jewel of a poet has written, this is one of that, wherein Chandrapida is the Nayaka. Mugdha Kadambari, the innocent Kadambari, is the Netri. She is the Nayika. Panchali is the Riti. Tatha. You have to go by one and one, one by one. So Kadambaryam, ingendu varuvom.
Okay, Kadambaryam rasa nayakadi vishayam adhikritya. With regards to aspects of poetry like the rasa and the qualities of the nayaka, etc., with regard to these poetical aspects, sthula rupena, in a very succinct form, no, in a very explicit form, is explicitly brought
outline form, broad format.
Broad form in a book. Broad form. This Mahamahopadhyaya Haridasa Siddhanta Vagisha has said. Okay, first he describes the Nayaka. Nayaka has been Udattaha. So this Nayaka is Udatta Gunaha. So Udatta and then what is the other?
Udatta, Uddhata, Dhirodatta, Dhira Uddhata, Dhira Lalita, Dhira Shanta.
Dhira Shanta. Okay, fine. So here we have a Dhirodatta Nayaka who is Chandrapida. Anukula Sakala Gunadhara, having all good qualities. So he's Dhirodatta.
Anukula Nayaka is Anukula is one who is very pleasing towards the Nayika. So Anukula.
Anukulaha iti. Okay, it's
that is another definition. That is another technical term. Anukula Nayaka or a Dakshina Nayaka. அந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு.
So
it says Udato, right? Not Dhirodatta.
அது இருக்கட்டும். தீரங்கிறது தீர பூர்வகம். You can have udattaha, uddhataha, lalitaha, shantaha. These are the four types of nayaka. You can say dhirodatta also, but dhira should be there. It doesn't matter.
So Anukula would be someone who is very conducive to the heroine, and then
yes.
What is the other one you said?
Dakshina Nayaka is one who is who has 3-4 wives and the madri, like Malavika Agnimitra, Agnimitra.
Impartial.
Dakshina means he's kind of skilled in playing around, I guess. Okay. Netri Kanya Anyadiya. Okay, then the Netri is the
heroine.
Kanya Anyadiya.
Anyadiya na someone else. So it must be a Daivi. Other children nanikren. She is not of this world. She is Anyadiya. So she is a Gandharva Nayika. Chandrapida was born to Tarapida in Ujjain, whereas Kadambari is a Gandharva Raja. Tasya Gandharvanam Raja Chitrarathana illa someone, I'm not sure what that name is. His daughter is Kadambari and Mahashweta. Both of them are actually Gandharvastri. So Anyadiya.
So the Anyat refers to heaven, I guess. Anyadiya, someone from heaven, the lady from heaven. Mridu Lalita Tanuhu. Mridu Lalita Tanuhu.
She has a very soft and graceful body.
Mugdha Kadambari, an innocent Kadambari.
Mugdha Naika, is the first level of Naika, where she is more shy than the Vijita Manmatha. Lajja Vijita Manmatha Mugdha. So one who has won over that Manmatha by her shyness. So the shyness is a little bit more than the feelings of passion in her.
As opposed to Nagarika. Praudha would be very clever, like...
she knows all the chal. Adalla,
like Kuntavai.
Kundavai solla maten.
Oh my God, how can you say Kundavai like that?
No, it's actually Nandini who is Praudha.
Yeah, Nandini is that.
Nandini is conniving.
Yeah, that is a Praudha. You are conniving in the matters of love also.
She is actually. She's not that innocent. She is very clever also, Kuntavai.
That won't come in this category at all. Different kind of heroines our describe pandra.
Yeah,
because
Kundavai is my favorite.
The Mugdha is talking about the innocence of the heroine here, right? Whereas if you have
Malavika is Mugdha Naika.
Yes, Malavika is a Mugdha Naika, Iravati is a Madhya Naika, and Dharini is a Praudha Naika. Iravati is the Praudha and Dharini is the Madhya, though something like that.
But the Praudha doesn't mean that she's conniving. It's just
not necessary.
Clever. That's it. She's very clever, right?
She's not very shy like the first entrant into love and all that. So she knows her position.
Yeah, and she can handle. So she's very, not that she's bad. It's like not like that. Okay. So in the second line, he's describing the aspects of poetry pertaining to the heroine. The first line discovered with the hero. And then he's talking about the Riti. We have the Vaidarbhi, etc., I guess.
Vaidarbhi, Gaudi, and Panchali are the three Ritis. And Panchali is where it is Komalam, where everything is very expressed in a very clear manner. That is the Panchali Riti.
Panchali Riti means the style of the work of the poet, right? So it's more inexplicable. It is not. It's difficult to describe. Am I right? Like, can you clearly...
There is, see, Shabdagatam and Arthagatam. So there are definitions that are there in Kavya Prakasha. If you look at Ashtama Ullasa and Navama Ullasa, you have a description of what is Panchali, what is Gaudhi, and what is Vaidarbhi. So,
okay, fine. Okay, so it's a little bit... you need a little bit more erudition, literary erudition to identify it.
Yes.
Clearly. Panchali nama ritihi vilasati bahula. So it shines in his work a lot. Vipralambaha rasaha angirasaha. So the angarasa and the angirasa. The angirasa is the main rasa.
Yes.
And here it's the rasa of Sringara Vipralamba, the separation in love, right?
Yes.
That is the rasa. Madhuryakyo gunaha. So there are some gunas with respect to poetry. Madhuryam, and then
there are three gunas with respect to Dhanyaloka. He says Madhuryam, Ojaha, Prasadaha. Whereas there are 24 gunas according to Prataparudriyam or other people, So, but the main three gunas are Madhuryam, Ojas, and Prasada.
Okay, so this is, and so here the guna in this work is Madhuryam, and then Gunova. Kavi Mukuta Manehe Kavyayoho Anyamet. Va eduk soldar avaru?
Gunaha va vana and also va iti charthe api. So
sorry, okay.
So Kavyayoho Anyam etat. This is something very different among the two works that Banabhatta has written.
Yeah.
Iti vyaktikaroti sma. So this is clearly told by Haridasa Siddhanta Vagisha.
Haridasa says it right now too.
Seri. Asya kavitayaha varnama enna varnam therla. Idu enna irukku Shankari book la? Asya kavitayaha mugdhaha irukka, enna irukku?
Panchali. Asya and then space kavitayaha.
Kavitayaha mugdhaha dharmadasah. Mugdha dharmadasaha va?
So Dharmadasa is obsessed with this poetry, yeah? Mugdha Dharmadasa.
Mugdha dharmadasah. Mugdha dharmadasah.
Mugdhaha eva. Okay. So
I think
mugdhaha mohitaha.
Mohitaha, yeah, he's captivated by this. This Dharmadasa who's been captivated by this poem.
That is the shlokam here.
Correct.
Ruchiraswara varnapada rasa bhavavati jagan manoharati. Jagan manoharati.
Jagatam manamsi harati.
Oh, jagatam manamsi. Jagan mohanaha. Okay. Jagan manoharati. Sa kim taruni nahi nahi vani vanasya madhurashilasya. Okay. So Ruchira Swara Varnapada. So having
words
which are very ruchiram, very tasteful. Rasa bhavavati, having rasas and bhavas, which are also captivating. Jagan manaha harati. This captures the mind of any of all humans.
Of the world.
Of the world itself. Sa kim taruni. Who is that beautiful lady?
Sa kim taruni? Apdi. Is she a woman?
Oh, Sakim.
No, it is the words of Vani of Bana.
Okay. Is it a beautiful lady? Nahi, nahi. So you have to put commas. Sakim, question mark. Taruni? Nahi, nahi. Vani, Banasya. No, it is the words of Bana. Who is Madhurashila?
Madhurashilasya Banasya. One who has a very sweet character. Tadrisha Banasya eva Vani esha.
Vani esha. Jagan manaha harati iti. Kadambarim uddishya Weber namakaha ittam vadati. Okay, Weber has entered the same. Kadambari Kachid
Aranyani. Oh, this is the one that he says. Okay, I'll have to change this into the next paragraph. Seri.
Kadambari Kachit Aranyani. Aranyani means what? A lady of the forest?
Forest, ama.
Forest girl.
A wild woman.
Okay, wild woman.
Oh, is it a woman or is it the poet?
Illa, Aranyani is a is like a forest. So it is very difficult to traverse through the Kadambari. That's what he says.
The work is like is like some big forest, like a dark forest, and difficult to penetrate. So, and he has to put it in Strilingam because Kadambari is Stri. Okay, fine. Gantruna margena lakshyate. As there, for the travelers,
margam na lakshyate.
There is no path that is marked. There is no marked path. Swayam katanchit margam parikalpya praveshe labdhe api aprasiddha kathina pada himsra
satvaihi or himsraihi satvaihi.
Himsraihi satvaihi abhibhuyate. So having parikalpya, having created somehow some path by oneself, praveshe labdhe api, even if an entry into this forest of Kadambari is obtained, aprasiddha katina pada himsraihi swatvaihi.
I think it is
Himsra only is there in the book.
Himsra. Okay. So satvaihi. So satvaihi, because of
himsra, by the harm, by the difficulties.
Himsram nale cruel nartham. So she is very cruel because of the kathina padam that is present in there. Aprasiddham, that which is not famous, that which is not known. So it is filled with difficult and unknown words. Hence it is like as if like a forest which is completely filled with animals. So idu eppadi podnonna ore padama potukkanum. Aprasiddha kathina pada himsra satvaihi abhibhuyate. A person somehow, if he tries to make a margam and if he gets an entrance into it, he is immediately attacked. Abhibhuyate.
He's overcome, right? Abhibhuyate.
Overcome. Yes.
Overcome by sattva means animals here.
Ama.
And animals which are himsra, cruel animals, which are actually words, which are actually tough words. And
unknown words.
Unknown words. Oh, the unknown words have been likened to cruel animals. And I got hymns, I got tra mari irke in the font la hymns.
Font la na matram. Correct. Now it's correct.
Okay, fine. Himsra sattva, cruel animal. So the words, tough and unfamiliar words are likened to cruel animals, and Kadambari is a forest, and even if a traveler somehow makes headway in some way, he will be attacked by them and will be overcome by them. Iti Weber vadati. Weber made a dictionary, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
So Weber was attacked by Kadambari, poor guy.
No, it's very tough for them. You know, you're already not in this tradition. You've not worked your way through this. But for them to have even tried to understand the Sanskritam was just great effort. No?
Yeah, great effort. Yeah.